Hi, welcome. This is a Canon EOS T5. Picked it up, I got an email of a great price. Wasn't really looking for this camera, but was excited with the price. So I thought I would pick it up, give it a try. Been shooting with an older Sony camera, 10 megapixel, where this is an 18 megapixel, and thought it would just be fun to show you the camera, open it up, and let's just get started. Start with, we'll open the package. Pretty simple tab system here. This is a 2-lens kit. So we have a camera body and 2 lenses and a bag. Start with the camera body first. That's in here. Opening it up, it comes with all the things you'd expect. A couple of CDs, DVDs with help pieces, the warranty, and 2 books. It's the T5 or the 1200D, sometimes called. Open it up here. And start with the camera body itself. It's actually a pretty nice size. Feels much like the SLRs I've used for years. Very lightweight. A little different feel to the plastic. Gotta admit, it is kind of a cheap feel. It's not the very heavy material that the higher end cameras are made from. It has the basics, an on-off button, scene selection mode with full manual, aperture value, time value, program, or an automatic. And then it also has modes for portraiture, flash mode, landscape, close-up photography, sports action photography, nighttime, and a movie mode. It's a lot of different choices, different options, and buttons on the back for setting up the camera. One thing that it does have that I like and always like to see, it's a film plane indicator. On the old film cameras, that would tell you this is where the film plane is at. So I'm assuming the sensors are there on this one. Twist this off, and it's ready to take a lens. A few other things in this box. There is a strap, a battery charger, and a battery. I like the new style of battery chargers. They've been doing this for a number of years. Instead of the cord dangling all over the place, you just pop this in, and it has a plug that comes out, so the whole unit just plugs into the wall. Much easier to go with. Put this aside, and I do have a fully charged battery to go with it as well. There is also a lens in the box. We'll take it out. And, of course, the USB cable. This lens is the 18 to 55. Pretty basic wide-angle lens. It's an EFS. There's 2 types of Canon lenses. EFS is made for the smaller sensor. This has an APS size sensor as opposed to the full frame sensor on some of the models. The full frame, the sensor would be the size of a 35mm film, where here it's slightly smaller. So the APS lens is made to match with the sensor in the APS sensor in this camera. There's also a second lens, and it's an EF 75 to 300. It, on the other hand, is designed to fit the older 35mm cameras. The mounting is the same. It just has a crop feature. We have warranty information and instructions on it. This one is a 75 to 300 millimeter lens. This is going to be for wide angle up to portrait, and this is going to be from a good portrait range out to a 300 millimeter, which is a longer distance lens. Get rid of all the packaging here. And we also have a camera bag. As I said, this EF lens is designed to go with the full frame of the old 35 millimeter cameras. So what it will end up doing is cropping the image. The image will come bigger onto the sensor, but the sensor is only going to pick up the center of it. And that's what you'll see in the viewfinder and how it'll all match, but you'll end up with a magnified image. On this camera, it's usually 1.5 or 1.6 of the full image. Basic camera bag, sturdy, will fit it nicely. It's always good to have extra bags. Considering you're carrying them around, using them, they're great things to have. So let's put a lens on it, play around with it. We'll put the battery in first. Battery compartment is down here. Need to pick up an SD card. I just match up the prongs on the battery. We'll get an SD card in it later. We'll start with the 18 to 55 lens. Little white dot to match up to there's a white dot here, a red dot there. I'll match those up and twist till it clicks. And I should have a functioning camera now. You can hear it clicking, and it tells me there's no card. Get the lens cover off the front. Later, I will pick up a UV filter to put over the front just to protect the lens from bumps, scratches, and dust. I'd much rather spend $30 or $40 on a filter that gets broken than damage a lens for a couple $100. So, nice thing about this, it is a USM lens with image stabilization. So as I focus it at different points, you really can't even hear it. Just hear a little humming noise as it focuses. USM is ultrasonic motor. The image stabilization just helps when you're at a longer focal length and you're moving it a little bit, and when your hands aren't quite as steady. Feel of the lens is nice. It's not as heavy, not as smooth feeling as the more expensive Canon lenses, but it is going to have Canon quality glass on it. So overall, it's a nice package, a nice lens, and something you can enjoy and be pleased with. Just to give you a look, I will throw the other lens on very quickly. Lining up the red mark to the red mark, and twist until it clicks, and then to remove it, you just press this little button here and twist it back. So a little longer look, same kind of feel. Actually, it feels a little bit smoother, very similar makeup and quality. Feels like maybe this is a little heavier, a little better quality lens. This is very lightweight. It's a trade-off. You want lightweight if you're doing traveling and moving around a lot, but the heavier ones are more durable and last longer. So we'll take this off, play around a little bit. We need to adjust some controls. Right now the mode seems to be set to live view. So everything I was pointing the camera at and focusing on is showing up in the back screen. No card in the camera, so it's not going to give an image. It has a nice feel to it, fits in your hand nicely. Some of them are smaller now, so if you're like me, you have larger hands, you're used to shooting the old 35mm cameras, They are a little bit too small. This is larger, so I like it. Not quite as big as the Pro amateur cameras, but very nice. The lens reaches out nicely. I'm getting a nice focal length on it. So if I want to spy on neighbors, or if I want to shoot that deer hiding in the woods, I should be able to get the good image I'm looking for. Okay, that's exciting. There's a flash button here that activates the flash. If you move it into flash mode, it should kick up. It does have a pop-up flash here. Again, I haven't played with it, so I'm not sure what each of the controls are. And we'll cover that later. It's an exciting camera. I'm looking forward to getting out and using it. Thanks a lot.